welcome back to my show about crankiness. We're going to see if we can solve this issue and come up with some majorly important information for everybody to have. Okay, first of all, though, I'm going to ask you to subscribe, hit the like button that you enjoyed this video, and leave some comments down below. And that's going to be really important because it's going to take a lot of us, men and women, to get to the bottom of this. It affects us all at some point because we're all going to get older, and chances are a lot of us men are going to be cranky. So we need to have answers from everybody, please. I've also needed to come up with a definition of what crankiness is because it gets thrown around a lot. And, I really haven't thought about too much that word meaning. But what I have come up with was that crankiness is an older age reaction to something I don't like and I can't do anything about. I think that's a pretty fair statement. And I think a lot of people would agree with the sentiment that. So, okay, everything's got a beginning. And I'm going to be beginning a story of an experience that I had, gosh, about 25 years ago. I must have been 38 or 39 or so. And I'm working as a general manager in a restaurant, and I've got a weekend night, and I'm getting home early. And it's, I don't know, 9:30 or so. And on my way home, I decide to stop at the drugstore. I go in and I grab a six-pack of beer, pack of smokes, bag of chips, and I make my way back along the men's personal aisle. It so happens, and my attention is caught by a box that says "Just for Men," and this turns out to be a men's hair coloring kind of new thing, just like Lady Clairol, except, well, it's not Lady Men or anything like that, but it's about getting some of the gray out. And yeah, I'm getting some gray on my temples, and I get the occasional one in the back of my head that my wife likes to point out, and then, take the tweezers and pluck it out at great pain, I have to add. And so I grab a box and okay, there I go. Well, I also stop and see one of these silly little things. It's one of those twist things that's battery operated. You stick it in your nose and it takes some of the nose hairs out. And that's been mentioned to me that I've got a couple of those here and there. So that's something else I want to fix. I don't particularly like these. If you ever get one of those, they itch, they tickle. Ugh, they're kind of just yuck. So I wouldn't bother getting one. It's better off just taking little scissors and, doing your own thing. So I make my way out to the checkout counter. Like I mentioned, it's late at night and there's nobody else in this place except myself and a young lady at the counter who's probably in about her mid 20s. Now, to me, she looks kind of punk. And when I say punk, I mean that's because it's a nose ring. She's got some tattoos going up her neck. Her hair is kind of frizzy and fluffy. She's got all the bracelets on. Reminds me of Cyndi Lauper quite a bit. And she's got, different streaks, colors in her hair. And she's chomping on her gum, chewing away, and she looks extremely bored. So everything goes out on the counter. She rings it up and she takes a good look at me and kind of sizes me up. And she says to me, "Boy, this just looks like you are going to have an absolutely freaking amazing weekend night. Party on, dude." And that was it. And I was shocked because, well, as I looked down at what I had to laugh and say, what a strange combination of stuff this is. And yeah, it's Saturday night, and boy, is this what I'm doing the rest of my night. And unfortunately, it was. My wife has gone out with some girlfriends, which she typically does when I'm working late. And so I've got a couple hours at home to be all by myself and, yeah, color my hair and, get the hair out of my nose and who knows what, then have a few beers to commiserate with. Anyway, I did go home and I was thinking about it, and gosh, it just made me feel old because it's like, yeah, what am I doing? And I started to ask myself questions. Is this what my weekend nights are going to be like from now on? Should I just stay and work later instead? You know, do I want to go back to this drugstore? Because who knows what else she's going to tell me. And unfortunately, there were some pearls of wisdom there that I wound up thinking about. And that was the beginning. That was the first time I ever thought, I'm getting older, I'm getting aged, and what's it all going to be like? So, needless to say, this I think was my first sense of a crankiness. And honestly, it lasted for a couple of weeks. So, that was kind of bad. I did eventually forget about it. I got busy with other things, and I never did use that bottle of hair stuff. I just couldn't bring myself to do it for some reason or another. But anyway, that's my very first story about feeling cranky and feeling a little aged. So if you've got any you'd like to share with us, please do so. All right. Well, this has been fun talking to you about this. I hope you found the story interesting and hope you haven't had the same experience. And stay away from drugstores on weekend nights. They're bad places to go to. So, okay. We'll look forward to seeing you the next time, and we'll have another little example of crankiness in modern times for old men. Enjoy. Thank you.